Hey, welcome back. Lugnuts here. Today, I'm attempting to fix that. So, here's my original shaker. As you can see, it's got some damage on the front here. Um, the rivets are rusty and got some damage a little bit over here. And the grills have been removed, or opened up I should say, and replaced with this aluminum um, mesh. So, and I'm going to leave that. I want that, and you'll find out later why this is going to be remained. I'm using this opened up one. I do have a second one that's been uncut, undamaged, and perfect, but because I need these open for for what we'll talk about in the future when it comes to installing this on the engine, we'll explain why I need that open. But for now, so I don't want to cut up the original one. I want to keep the other one I have in good shape, but I need to repair this area here in order to fit the weather stripping that goes on here. So there's a weather stripping that goes on here that seals this to the hood. Without that, obviously water and whatever can get it down in here and into the engine, and cause some issues and whatnot. So what I need to do first is separate these two. So I need to drill out all these rivets. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 rivets I need to drill out to separate the metal from the fiberglass, so I can look at what it's going to take to repair the fiberglass section. So. Alright, well, those separated quite nicely. So as you can see here, this corner is broken away. That's the bottom side. That's where it was covered with the metal before. You can see the edge here. So I need to clean this area up. I need to also clean up all the old glue that's dried and cracked and well, wasn't doing anything. Wasn't sealing it at all. So we'll put it back together again, stock. So this will look original again. So let's get started. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is make a template of the area. I want to make a mold. So what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to make a mold on the part itself, on the shaker. I'm going to make a molded area, and I'm going to repair the fiberglass area in place. And then the mold will remove away. That'll come off, and hopefully, if all goes well, of a repair that will look perfect, like it should look. It'll look like new again. And that's the goal, to make this look new again at minimal cost. Doing it ourselves in my garage. Alright, so earlier today off camera I did make a template out of paper. Marked my points, measured the curve, cut it, transferred that over to metal, which again earlier I already cut off camera. That was a little boring to watch that again. You already seen me cut up a piece in a video already, so we don't need to do that again. So there we go. There's that piece. What I'll do is I'll clamp this in place. I'll make a piece to fill that area, and then when we flip this over on the back side, we'll then make the repair with the fiberglass. And again, hoping all goes well, we'll have a nice finished product. So first though, I need to clean this up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this fiberglass down a little bit, so when I overlay the new fiberglass mat top of this, it will sit more flush with the rest. So we're going to take away and then replace it so it has, you know, some structure to it, so it's not just kind of butt up against it. It'll be like overlapping on top of the old material. And yeah, let's see what happens. Alright, on the side's all cleaned up. Top side, now we'll doesn't work, then basically it's garbage. And then I gotta go. We got the mat all in place and filled with epoxy, and now we just have to let it cure. And through the magic of video, in a matter of moments, we'll be back with what we hope to be a fixed, finished part. Hey, today is an exciting day. I'm excited because fiberglass repair is cured overnight, and now we get to find out if I made the repair correctly. We remove the metal, the mold, and we get to find out what we have underneath. Voila. And it looks like pretty good. Now all we have to do is cut off the excess that I don't need. So I've taken my template that I used to make the inner curve should match the outer curve. I've also double checked with a spare shaker and overlapped that, and that everything lines up, so we got our mark where we need to make the cut, and I just need to make that cut, and that'll cut off all this excess, and then we can see what we have left. Hopefully we have a good repair. Now there are some areas where I have to do some correcting where the glass, the mat didn't squish all the way in over here in this corner, so I'll have to fill that in either with a small little piece of mat and glass, or maybe some epoxy putty, just to smooth this all out. We'll see. I'll see which is probably the best option to do that, and to get that perfect and completely unnoticed that there was a repair made. So that's our goal, and well, let's get started. Well, there we have it. Looks pretty good. Like I said, it's got some areas I need to address, but that feels pretty solid. So we got a good repair. Needs a little more cleaning up, a little more sanding, and I'll get working on that. And then we'll sand this down, clean everything else up, and install the new rivets back on the bottom plate and see how that fits. But before we put that together, well, I can put it together now, but when it comes time to final assembly, I'm going to hold off on gluing it back together until I paint this. I'm going to paint this separate from the base, even though originally it was painted as one piece. As you could see, some overspray on the metal, and on the underside of this, it wasn't finished. It was just slightly overspray. Kind of see the red around the edge. So, but because I'm doing it, and this is going to be a modified shaker, I'm going to do a little more thorough. I'm going to paint this separate, paint that piece black, this piece the red, and so I don't have any overspray. And since this is not going to be a factory correct shaker, I'm okay with painting it not exactly how the factory painted it. And well, here we have the finished repair. I used a little bit of a epoxy putty just to smooth out the couple of spots where the glass wasn't all the way to the surface, and here's just a little bit right here. Just had to add a little bit there just to bring it to the right level. I'll give it the strength it needs, and yeah, now I just I'll put a light coat of spot putty on here. I really don't think I need it, but so I can sand out the edges, sand this all nice and smooth. Let's use a little bit of that, and yeah, so it's done. Looks good. Weather strip will go on there, and you never know it was repaired. Exactly what I was looking for. So it worked, and next time we'll do the next project. So we'll get the next thing on the list knocked off, and one step closer to having this car back on the road. Thanks for watching.